Hi, welcome back for another Z Talks. I'm Keeley Mitchell, the founder of Z Living, the premier consulting firm that provides legal and business advisory services exclusively to the yoga and wellness industry. Happy first full day of the fall solstice. If you're in the Philadelphia area, it's a gorgeous day here. So I hope everyone is enjoying their first day of fall and enjoying the change of seasons if you're in the right area of the world. If not, I just hope you're enjoying and having a beautiful day. So what did I want to talk to you about today? I wanted to talk to you about kind of more of a business organization, administration part of running a yoga business. I wanted to focus on writing things down. And there's 4 things I wanted to talk about what you should be writing down. One is if you are doing any blogging, writing articles, whenever you have ideas, jot those ideas down. I could be anywhere. I could be driving. I can be out with my children. And if an idea hits me, I find a way to kind of keep that idea in my head until I can get to a point where I can write it down so I don't forget it. And what I do is I create a list of different things to refer back to when I'm trying to think of what can I write about or talk about in Z Talks. I refer back to this list and think of different ideas that have hit me over time. So that's one thing I think you should be able to jot down and kind of keep ongoing lists of different topics that strike you. The second thing to write down is your appointments, especially if you're having meetings in association with your business, if you're doing any private classes, or basically your general schedule as it is. If you have a calendar you can keep up with, mine is in my phone. I also do have like a hard copy calendar that I write down stuff in so I can visually see it, and I keep that by my laptop. But for on the run, I keep stuff in my phone as well, so that if someone I run into on the street, or if I'm in a meeting and we want to have a follow-up meeting, I can quickly go to my phone, pull up my calendar, and see what my schedule looks like. So if you're keeping a tally of this somewhere, of your different appointments, classes, that way when you meet up with people and they want to schedule another meeting with you, you actually know your schedule and you can look at it at a glance and know how everything fits in, versus one saying, hey, I got to get back to you, or worse, scheduling something and then having to backtrack and cancel that. The third thing I want to say about writing down is what I'm going to always remind you guys: all contracts have to be written down. I can't stress it enough. I know many of us have such good hearts and we would never go out of our way to try and hurt someone else or take advantage of another party, but disputes happen. So if you have it written down, it is so much easier to keep track of what the agreements were, who has what responsibility, and just basic things that were agreed upon by the parties to that contract. The fourth thing I say you should be jotting down is when you have a meeting, take notes. Oftentimes when I have meetings with people, I want to remember what we discussed, what we went over. So have that. Write it down. And then generally what I do is when I get a moment, when I get back home or wherever I am and I'm able to type up my notes, I send it to the other party and just say, hey, this is how I understand what we discussed. And just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. Once again, this is great if you're entering into a contract and you're negotiating things back and forth. That way you're constantly staying on track. Or if it's just a simple meeting within your studio and maybe it's class scheduling or maybe ideas of how your studio can bring in additional money, whatever it was your meeting was about, then you're able to add that, sum it all up and then make sure that everyone's on the same page. So that's my advice today. Jot whatever you can down, whether it's ideas, whether it's your calendar, whether it's, the minutes from a meeting, or of course it's a contract. You definitely want that in writing. I'm Keeley Mitchell for Z Living. And if you want to learn more about Z Living, go to www.zliving.com. That's ZILIVING. And there you can sign up for our newsletter, our weekly newsletter, as well as look at Z's Corner, which is our blog. I hope you have a wonderful first full day of fall. I hope you get outside and enjoy the weather if it's beautiful where you're at, and look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Namaste.